I'm Rob from Barefoot Gaming, and today we review Demeo VR. Let's do this. I would describe Demeo as a cross between a board game and maybe Dungeons & Dragons Lite. The premise is simple. You are an adventurer out to slay the evil bad guy, and you choose between 4 classes to do so. So you'll choose between Hunter, Sorcerer, Assassin, or Guardian, and head out with your friends or strangers to explore a couple of procedurally generated maps to find a key and exit to bring you closer to aforementioned bad guy who is hiding out on level 3. The entire game is played out on a little map in front of you where you can twist, zoom, or angle your perspective. So if you want to see it straight from above, cool beans. Want to zoom right in and be the same height as your character? Also no problemo. The trick, of course, is to survive, and any area that is not visible can spawn enemies, or spawn points like egg nests for creating more spiders. Now, combat, which is turn-based by the way, is done in one of 2 ways. You can melee with your hero by picking them up and placing them on the baddies, assuming that they're close enough, or that you can move to them in your actions, or you use the game's card-based system, which allows unique attacks based on the class that you're playing. For example, if you're the hunter, your cards could include anything from arrows to the ability to spawn an elemental. Now, some cards get used up and leave your hand, the elemental for example, whereas your arrows will refresh on your next turn. It's not nearly as complicated a system as Gloomhaven, for example, but it does require strategy about when to use which card in your hand. There are doors to be opened, gold to be picked up, monsters to be slain, and chests to be found, and keys to open the door to get you to the next area, all while building experience points and gaining the ability to buy new cards in between levels. Of course, you're going to want to keep an eye out on your friends, as they can only be downed a few times before they can be revived, and then you better hope you can make it to the next level where they can rejoin you before you get swarmed and lost to the darkness. Now, all versions cost around the $30 mark, but what's my take, and do I recommend Demeo? I will start by saying I have not had that much fun laughing with friends in VR in a while. This is both a graphically pleasing, even if it still has a few bugs, and challenging game. Spinning around the map trying to figure out where we would look for the key, or how to avoid a massive mob that had built up behind us, or even creating choke points on the multi-level dungeons was an absolute blast. Our first run through took us about 2.5 hours till we beat the big bad boss at the end, and no part of it felt like it was dragging. I loved it. It is by no means perfect, and I'm not talking about minor graphic glitches or the like. The game just came out, so the devs are actively clearing stuff like that up. The fact that it has procedurally generated dungeons means every time you play, you have no idea where everything is and where the enemies will attack, which is great. But, and this is a big but, it's only 3 levels. Now, there are more free levels coming according to the developers. The next one's coming this summer, and in fact, they have hinted at more classes being available, but I want more enemies now. I want more classes. I want more chapters. Right now, when you get experience points and finish the first chapter, it unlocks skins and the like, which is all fine and good, but this game impressed me so much, I want to be excited to keep coming back to it, and right now I am. But I don't want to know what I'm about to encounter. I want to play through more chapters. I want to keep exploring this game, and I want to keep finding new things. The controls are super intuitive. Those cards I mentioned that you use, well, you just turn your hand over to see them, and then you pick up the card you want to use and place it on the enemy or area that you're wanting to attack. On your right hand, you can see how many actions you have left and whose turn it is and who will be after, indicated with an arrow. Crossplay between Steam and the Oculus Store is so smart, as it guarantees you a higher number of people to play with, which can be a big positive when I get tired of Louis rolling critical fails and zapping the crap out of my character. Yeah, you roll on each action and you can get a hit, a critical hit, or a critical fail. The latter meaning your aim will be totally random, and in Louis' case, usually aimed directly at me. The only other thing I'm gonna mention is there is one card in particular that is overpowered. I mean, you can say we're just not gonna use it, but if you're playing with like strangers online, anybody can use the card that basically guarantees a 50-50 kill no matter how many points the enemy has. I absolutely recommend this game. They knocked it out of the park. I just want more. I am good to unlock more skins while I wait, but Demeo devs, please don't keep me waiting for too long. And that is the review for Demeo. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you again really, really soon. See ya.